go. Check here on PC side. Okay. Alright, let me do the usual checking around. Some of my drink here. Okay. Got that taken care of. Whoa. Apparently, Stream Elements and stuff had. I guess like Twitch mobile stuff had kind of updated a little bit because like the buttons, apparently the buttons had got an update or something like that. I don't know. You know, they're much more bigger than normal. But anyway, so yeah, everything seems to be good. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Rose is here, and welcome to yet another installment of Elden Ring Night Rain. So, first off, I do want to apologize for being late to streaming and everything. Basically, in a nutshell, I had a doctor's appointment today, and I had it's one of those like rare monthly checkups after I got put on some new beds for we got to put on some new beds and everything, and they wanted to see me like 1 month later after I had gotten put on said new beds. And last night I didn't really get a whole lot of sleep, even though it's like excuse me, even though it's like one of those little situations where I got like a little bit of sleep, but not a whole lot, but just enough to be like, okay, I got something I got something worth. I got like some amount of sleep, and I was up for a little while, and then got slowly but surely prepared to get ready to go into town and go to my doctor's appointment and everything like that. And then like that, and then I think like sometime after I had gotten home and unwinded and everything, I was feeling a little bit tired, so I was like, okay, well maybe I'll get a little bit of rest before I go live. Well, it was kind of one of those little situations, I guess, where it was like, I guess you say it's one of those situations where it's like, it was like, I didn't feel like really getting up out of bed other than just like having to go maybe like, use the bathroom or something like that. So I kind of I slept past my normal time frame of when I would be getting up. Like this is what I've been. if I had been up and about and everything like that, this is probably like the time this would be the time that I would have already ended my stream. But but yeah, so that's why I'm streaming a little bit later than normal, at least for today. So, what exactly am I doing on the Night Rain? Well, you can probably tell by the title of the stream, but basically in a nutshell, I am doing a fist type build on Raider here, aka the Onion Raider that is what you see before you. And we're going to be trying to see if we can play around with the main bosses of Elden Ring Night Rain, and see if we can reign victorious. So, I'm going to show off the loadout. I'm using Raider's Chalice, which has 2 reds and a white, where the white is a freebie slot, so you can use any color that you want. So, I'm not gonna like name off every single thing, but I'm gonna show off some of the main important stuff. So, the main thing I have on here for this red grand burning scene is dormant power except discover fist, and the little secondary option or little secondary bonus if I ever achieve it is attack power increase for each Night Invader defeated. Um, Next, I have another red grand burning scene where it has FP restoration upon fist attacks, improves initial standard attack, and changes commandable elements equal to poisonous mist at start of expedition. So with the poisonous mist thing, Raider's Great Axe actually goes from Endure to Poisonous Mist, so I can have a little bit of poison on my starting weapon. And then here I have a yellow Grand Luminous scene where it has HP restoration upon fist attacks and partial HP restoration upon post damage attacks. So pretty much like with all that, more or less, like I have the ability to have like HP and FP restoration upon my fist attacks. I can do like a little have like partial HP restoration upon post damage attacks, so I can so I kind of like more or less like just beat up in the enemy's face, just punch the bejesus out of whatever fist weapons I have, and all that. So yeah. And before I show off all this stuff, I'm gonna try and conjure a shifting earth, which is gonna be mountaintop, and I'm gonna show you guys why. There's Scholar clues. Alright, so the way things work pretty much is the way these runs pretty much work is that like I often do things in trios, where it's just like me and mostly with a couple of randos. And we take on, the boss, and we slowly but surely take on the bosses of the game. Mostly, focusing on the main bosses. So like, for example, so like saying like, we're not doing the DLC bosses, and we're not really touching much of the Everdark Sovereign bosses. And, we're just seeing how things would go from there. Now, I do have kind of like little rules set per se. They're like unwritten rules. They're kind of like things that I kind of just these are just things like I kind of just go by my own little terms, if you will. So basically, in a nutshell, I try and stick it out to the end, unless if it's just me, ended up being solo. So like say for example, like I get paired up in a trio session, one person leaves but the other person stays to the end. Then like I stick it out with them, see how things go. But if both my party members leave for whatever reason, then I leave. Then I pretty much leave last. The only times I would probably maybe have like the other times I like leaving a little bit earlier or whatever is if like like the game kind of has some issues where it's like either like the game kicks me out, boosts me out to the main menu, or if like PlayStation decides to be a little bit of a bitch because sometimes because it has had those moments where it's like, oh, you're offline, and no matter how many times you try and go back online, like forcefully doing it, it's like, oh, it won't do it. So like you have to like fucking force your way to get back online, even though like you try yourself, and it's like, oh, it won't do it. Um, and the only other time I probably would leave is if like say I feel like the run is pretty bad, and it's like my teammates are just like going down constantly and everything like that. Because even though like I don't mind being a leader sometimes, I'll be like, oh, like I'm looking at the map, seeing like where put some ideas where to go. Like I just don't want to have like I don't want to do like the whole like hard carrying of like people I don't really know that much of. But it's one of those, but there's one of those situations where it's like it's very rare, so um, chances of that really happening are pretty much like slim to none. But but yeah, as far as anything else worth mentioning goes, usually I try to do like two bosses per stream, because sometimes like queue times can be a little bit up and out there and everything. And other times, and then there's like the whole other situation where expeditions kind of can take a little bit of time as well. And what I usually do is like, and what I usually do is like, if I can beat the two bosses that I have set in motion for that particular stream, then I VOD the whole stream. Like I VOD from start to finish, upload to YouTube, and go from there. If I can only be able to do one boss, then basically I just highlight like the that one boss expedition from start to finish, and then I'll call it like a stream highlight thing, and I'll just like keep it here on Twitch. But of course, but of course, if nothing happens at all, then I do not VOD stream. Period. Like I don't VOD stream at all, and either like I let Twitch get rid of it, or I'll just get rid of it myself, or something like that. Because I don't want I don't because one of those situations it's one of those situations per se where it's like um, I don't want something that doesn't have anything accomplished to be posted. So yeah. But in this stream though, we're gonna be trying to see if we can go against Caligo, aka Fisher in the Fog, and then the final boss, which is Night Aspect or Hilster, and just hope for the best. And also, I have conjured up the Mountaintop Shifting Earth, um, because with Mountaintop, it helps, because with the Mountaintop Shifting Earth, it helps out a bit, it helps out quite a bit in my opinion, if you're going up against Caligo. Because because Caligo's main thing is always known to be Frost, so yeah, you want to have like as much frost resistant stuff as possible, and Mountaintop is a good map to do that with. We have Recluse and a Duchess. We got two ladies joining the fray. Clay and You're Dead to Me. And I guess now that I think about it as well, because I'm still kind of like waking up and everything. Um, but I guess another thing kind of worth mentioning is that even though this whole run is supposed to be it's supposed to be it's going to be known to be like a fist type of build. There may be times where it's like I actually use other weapons, for certain reasons and whatnot. So, so like for example, like if I have my starting weapon, might use that for a bit until like for certain situations, especially like having poison. Alright. Got the holster build. Okay. Ugh. I am so sorry you guys had to hear that. Unfortunately, I had one of those like. Unfortunately, it's one of those little situations where I have like a crazy ass gag reflex. And it's just flat out annoying. Sometimes like it has one of those situations per se where it's like yeah, it's one of those, and sometimes like it's one of those situations per se where it's like like when I wake up and everything, and sometimes I feel like my mouth might be dry or or something like that, and it's like it's crazy. That's all I can really say is it's crazy. But I will be okay. Just in case if anyone's like, watching this live or blah, and is like, is he gonna be okay? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much how my day's been. There was going to be like the whole possibility at first of me doing my little Wilder Duchess run with my friend Onyx, but and I'm not saying I'm not saying it to be like an ass or whatever. Yeah, but it was just one of those situations where it's like he mentioned he mentioned that without really like consulting me, and like I said, I'm not mad or anything at him about it. I can forgive him. It's all good. We talked it over. But yeah, like I told him I told him I had a doctor's appointment today, so I wasn't going to be able to be around. And then apparently he woke up. Apparently, from what I can understand, it's like he woke up just not really feeling too good. So yeah, like his plan for this week was he wanted to try and do more of the Wild Adventures run for Monday, and then he said he's gonna play like some Pokemon on Friday, and I was like, hey, if it's okay with you, maybe you can switch that up for this week. You can have like a little night range I guess you said it's kind of like in a way to have like maybe like a little random ass night range break, but you know also there's a little something to for him to do. It pretty much like you know a little something for him to do since I wasn't going to be around. We did talk on Discord and everything, and you know, we got all that stuff settled. So, yeah. Like that. I did message him, like shortly after I had gotten home and, you know, got settled in and everything like that. Um, he told me apparently he had to make an emergency therapy meeting, which, you know, like definitely it was kind of like, you know, worrisome. So we got Doggo. Ow. There you go. Where'd the dog go? Ow. Yeah, apparently our Duchess is in her own little world right now. Ow. Nice. I'll take that, especially because it's fire. It's me. You missed, bitch. You missed. Open that up. You want the great axe? Okay. You can take great axe, I don't mind. Have yourself a nice little great axe. this fucker. Recovery speed. Ooh. No real luck getting any fist weapons. Yeah, apparently our Dutch is in her own little world. Her own little world and her own little thing. I do want to see what's up here, hopefully. I'll take Holy Ground for right now. Alright. Okay. Hold 9. Guess we'll meet up with the Duchess. And I'm going to try and use my Mythic Stone 1 on my Great Axe. See what Shopkeep's got. Like that. Okay. Man. But the one kind of like gonna do the thing, and it's like, you know, you know, also there's a fireplace here. Tried to go for the crit, for the critical hit, but okay. Maybe I didn't have the right enough stamina. I dodged that game. Take that, run back. Take that, run back. So we got flame chariots over here. They're doing it through the rivers and they were going against me. Who needs fire? And me way. Alright, flame chariots, where you be? Alright, Crew's got one. Yeah, I see another one on over here. Thanks for leading your stuff right to me. Yeah. No. Okay. Well, I guess we can go to the castle for now. See what happens. A soul volcano fault. The recruits found something. Probably the field by the summon will be over there. Okay, Miranda Blossom. Quagblade. Like more stance breaking. I'll break your stance, boy. No. So for those that don't know, giant bubbles form basically means that Augur has made himself present. And I flew right into it. Son of a bitch. Yeah, so the whole giant bubbles forming thing basically means that Augur has faded. Edge. Okay. I'm just gonna do a thing of like filling up, like gonna have like an FP fill up as well. Maybe the flash also stores FP. Everyone's going all over the place. What the fuck? Might as well see what's up here, I guess. Yeah, might as well see what's up here, and then I guess make my way to the mountaintop area. Będzie kieringrishu ahi. Okay. So yeah, basically for I guess right now I'm gonna be just using Magma Worm's Scale Sword. Cause the only thing I get was fire. I guess if it's to be, it's to be. I'm actually gonna stop by here. By here, I mean this holy place. Since, you know, it's technically on the way. Anything interesting? Nah. Nothing really good. I mean, if I was playing the Executor at most, I probably would have taken the Nagakiba, but I don't need it. Well, hate to do it to you, Recluse, but yeah, I think we have to start making our way to the mountaintop. Because we need power, to have have some sort of possible chance against Skellige. Yeah, I got some interesting little stuff here, methinks. fuck out of you. Sorry, told him Stella got in the way. Dragon fact. Oh, up it is. I'll take it because it's a great bow and has rain arrows. Someone just got legendary, it looks like. Oh no. Well, we gotta hurry. Jumpy, 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 jumpy. Try and get the fucking power ASAP. Run! Run! Well, I don't think they were able to do it. I don't think they did it, but at least I was able to. Oh, please. Lovely. Right in the middle of right in the middle of a fucking Godskin duo fight. And then have the fucking gagging moments. Yeah, Storm, son of a bitch. I am out of heals. That he's able to still do all that. How did that not hit him? There we go. No. Take that. Yeah, sorry for all the gagging sounds and whatnot. Something I can't really help. Okay. Let me see. So. Okay, so I got Magma Worm's Curve Sword. I've got. Didn't mean to do that. I blocked that. That's gonna be a glass ceiling. That's what you can say with all that. Bloodfire doesn't give me the fucking head, give me the crit. Let's go do this flyby. 네. Go fun. The recluse got max level. How is it possible? I'm just kidding. Alright, so we didn't really use any, so we didn't really use any, like, our fist weapon, getting much fist in terms of fist weaponry or anything like that. But it's fine. It's totally fine. Alright, so Caligo, I will say, like, I was kind of like worried in a way, but I'm glad everything went good in the end. Yeah. So now the only thing left to do is try and do 9 aspects. And the question is, will we get any fist weapons to use against him to go from there? And I'm bring up Shrouded City. That way we will hopefully do the thing of like, oh, go to maybe get the power of the shifting earth from there. And get the extra life thing just in case we need it. Yeah, I guess while I wait, I've talked about this before, but I guess I'll do a little thing to talk while we wait and just kind of give maybe some advice to people. So when it comes to conjuring a shifting earth, you have these options right here. So, excuse me. All right, so Crater. Crater is known to be good pretty much for any use. Like you can be able to go down, go down to the shifting, go down to the thing. On day 2, you go get a handful of weaponry to legendary status, like +2 or +3 at most, maybe +1. It's like pretty much like turning a lot of weapons into a legendary type weapon. Good for either boss that you go up against. Highly recommend it. Mountaintop. Mountaintop is mainly good for Caligo because that's the only place that really has, because Mountaintop's pretty much the only place good for that particular boss. So that way you can be able, to alleviate some of the frost buildup and, just overall frost damage and, and whatnot. If you get it anywhere else, like I say, it could be if you get it anywhere else, I say like it's okay, but it's really best to go for, it's really best to use it against Caligo, but other than that, I'd say like, maybe you can get lucky, to get like some frost type weaponry, maybe get like, a weapon that deals frost damage or whatever. Rotted Woods. I would say, I would say like, as far as like, all bosses are concerned, Rotted Woods I would say is good. If you want to have like what, if you want to use it for like one specific boss, I would say probably go for Dreadlord, because it can be able to have, because you can have immunity from Scarlet Rot in this first phase, even though it gets taken away in the second phase. But you still have partial HP restoration upon post damage attacks. So there's that. I'd say other than that though, maybe you could do it for like Bulgor, maybe the Goat, aka Libra, stuff like that. So yeah. And the map that we're doing here, Nocateo or the Shroud City, I say it could be good for either or as well. Like if you know a decent way around the place, if you know your way around the place decently, then you can build you can go do little things like get probably like some nice stuff. Especially like with the power of the Shrouded City, you can be able to get basically like an auto revive if all of your teammates go down. You're like if your teammates go down, and everything, you got the power, then you can go get the power. You can get a little thing like that. Sure, I guess I'll take it. Where are we going? I hope whatever's over here can be dealt with at level 2. Looks like it might be. Okay, yeah, it definitely is. It's a Miranda Blossom. Okay. Yeah, Moose can have that if she wants it. I got poison. Rotten Great Axe. Don't mind if me do. I'm actually gonna take that for right now. If you don't mind. Looks like we might have an abductor version of there. Oh, an Annoyed Invader. Doctor version of Annoyed Invaders. What a combo. Here, it's a Guardian. Oi! I'll go with that for right now because it is holy. What's the... Okay, it's a sweep. Sweepy weepy. Physical attack. Rule 5. Yeah, man, what the hell? You always want to get the local, acquire local clue. That way you can find out where certain things might be. Like, for example, you both know that there's a scarab over here. I'll do that for right now. Oh yeah, everyone's getting Sorcerer's Rise up in this bitch. So let's know about that. Yeah, hopefully everyone's enjoying the stream and everything super here, and hopefully you're having a good Monday. Monday. Me, I'd say like it's not too bad. Like not bad at all. No real complaints. So for right now, I'd say that, you know, because I have Poisonous Mist on my starting weapon, we'll do a little thing of having Poison and Scarlet Rot. I guess I'll take that. A little more FP. A little bit of extra FP never hurt anyone. Alright. I believe you'll find that is Gurdy Storm. Okay, Bloodhound Step. Got Stir Fist. Hold on. Ability. What I'll do for right now is, you know, I'll play around with Starfist, since, you know, it's a thing. Oh yeah, they even clean. We had them clean. Let's take that. Strong. Little Savone. You love to see it, you love to see it. That baby drop. Not many of that place is for holy, apparently. I don't think I really see. I don't really think I even see any holy places. Miss Big. You missed, bitch. You missed. I don't know what that was, but whatever it is, they missed. You're such a misser. Alright. Really? I'll show you magma worm. Oh, come on. There you go. And of course, then comes that shit. I've already stolen Stella. Give me your head, boy. I said give me your head. Well, the game wants to cheat me out of the head. Bitch. I got fucking caught in the lava. Hit my bliss. Yeah, boy crossbow, I'll take it. We are so far fucking away. I'm going into this bitch with no fucking heals. Headache, headache. Thanks for the back. Nice. Ooh. Round 2, bitch. Round 2. Oh, there's a recluse. A recluse body. Oh, come on! That was cheating. I didn't even fucking see him. And that was cheating too. Oh man, damn. There we go. Bitch! Continue with HP recovery. Oh, damn, she got a whole lot of wands. Why are we going there? I guess somebody might have a Everdrill key. Let us find out. Okay. Gosh. I want to go there as well. What the fuck? They want to go there as well, apparently. If that domino person does. So Les, is what are we doing? 2 of them. Ah, a Raider and a Duchess. I thought I was doing my character skill. Damn it. This should be interesting. If you got a rare, maybe you may have some Molly. I don't know. I'm very curious to see. that's funny. Like, now that's funny. It'd be amazing if we somehow actually managed to get all the way to the cell. Ow! As I was saying, it'd be interesting if we somehow got all the way to if we can get all the way to Estelle and actually beat him to get the power. Search for texture FP. Oh wait. I should get that. Let's get the trace over here. There's no chest over there. Yeah, I'd say that even though that you know, even though the Raiders Great Axe that supposed to be Raiders Great Axe that I got, it doesn't have, you know, has something else that doesn't have, you know, poisonous mist. I'd say that still, I'd say like it still could be good, you know, could be good and useful, especially with the power and the passive. Yeah, right along now, Mr. King Warrior. Yeah, the one thing, not too long ago, it was, you know, somewhat quite recent, but, over on my YouTube channel, I actually uploaded a little gameplay thing of this little shifting earth. Basically, the one thing I've always, basically, like, the one thing I've always kind of like, kind of taken away from, you know, like my times of like doing this, map, or, you know, shifting earth, whatever, is, always go, like, once you get here, always go to the right, you know, like, pretty much always go to, like, you know, the right side, you know, it's like the right side of things, you know, just go here, take, you know, just take out certain, maybe like certain enemies along the way. Sometimes you might find something that, you know, actually drop stuff. You know, certain bosses. And then, you know, you'll be able to make your way at most to Estelle. Hopefully kill him, get the power, ow. You know, hopefully kill him, get the power. And then, you know, decide about, like, you know, what you want to do from there. Yeah, so after killing Black Knife Assassin, there'll be like a little spirit spring over here. You take that up. Um, sometimes you might want to check around this little area because sometimes there might be a Scurb, aka Scarab, for those that don't know what the fuck I was talking about. You can go here. God damn. You can go here. You know, get something from this chest. Sometimes it could be. Sometimes you might get a gold. Sometimes you might get well, sometimes you might get a gold, but oftentimes you might get purple at most. I see him flying. And everything, so you know, there's that. I usually kind of like, I've learned to kind of like, I've learned to kind of like, you know, go there and check out that dude, because you know, Geek will drop shit as well. But you can take on the Royal Revenant here. But also, there will also be some I kind of refer to them as like death blight frogs. No wave attack for that. Okay. Now we're gonna see if we can kill Estelle. Wow, so usually always drops the gold. Alright, power gain. What be this thing? There's, I guess they're really confident one to take this thing on. Oh yeah, damn, we shredded the shit out of him. We shredded the shit out of him. You can have those. Either one of them can have those. I'm not gonna probably use my Smithing Stone 2 here. And we'll put up Rotten Great Axe. Get figured, why not? move's gonna be different, but nice. Alright. Take care off the giant glint blades. Because glint blades are lovely. Alright. Do the gumdrops. One on the step. Ew. What the fuck? What about the Undertaker thinking? Like, you crazy. Whoa. He be just sliding into them DMs. What the fuck? It big had no animation whatsoever. Edge. I hate that move so much. Okay. But we got through all that. And I kind of randomly realized too in a way that I guess that we had Scarlet Rot meter, so they actually um so apparently Heelster actually cut cut the world sky whatever to get the power of the Dreadlord. Because Dreadlord's the only one that's known to do Scarlet Rot like that. Okay. So we're gonna let do this thing a little bit here, but yeah, that was my little fist build for Raider, or I like to kind of refer to him for the hell of it as 50 McPunch'em. This was a fun little thing. This was fun. This was a fun little interesting run, I would say. We had some moments where we managed to actually have you know some some fist type build stuff happening and everything. Um, I don't think we really had any issue. I don't think we had much in terms of like issues of like dying so many times and not being able to to make progress. So there's that I would say. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those builds that even though I might not use it as much these days, but like I'm gonna keep it around just for the hell of it. Because like I said, I like it and everything, and who knows, maybe one day. I'm just kind of saying this for the hell of it, but like maybe one day, like when me and Onyx play together again, whether it be like on stream or off stream, I decided to play some Raider. Like I might bring out the fist build probably for some maybe for some bosses, but not like all the bosses. But we'll see. All right, that's decent, but I'm gonna actually sell it. Yeah, sell that. If the shield grease was something else, I probably would have kept that, but I'm gonna sell it. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this, for this playthrough and everything like that. I'm glad everything went through nicely. So yeah, we are gonna be full volleying the stream, start to finish. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the fist build run of Raider. Like I said, I certainly had some fun with it. I'm going to actually go and get rid of the shifting earth now. Yeah, so I got that. Now, the next time that I do Smeldering Night Rain, I'm probably going to be playing around with my little Artorias build that I made for Wilder. So, it's technically going to be the return of Night Arboreus, the Abyss Walker, as I like to call him. And because we did the first two bosses at one point in time, we will be trying to go for Sentient Pest and Augur at most, and go from there. But I will say though that there will be more Raider runs in the future. One thing for sure is that I am going to be doing a Havel build, so I actually will be changing my outfit to the Havel Rock Havel set thing, and gonna be have some fun with that. Might also play around with like some other stuff here and there because I got like a shit ton of relics and everything like that. I guess I got a shit ton of relics, builds, and things like that. Hell, I might even do a little thing where it's like I have like a meta loadout where it's like I use both balancer relics and then the yellow relic that you get from the collector's sideboard where it has like Attack power increased for each individual prisoner defeated, stone sword key, and treasure marked upon map, so. Yeah, that one, but yeah, that won't probably be for a good little while. So, yeah. Alright, so he's still streaming. Of course, get a fucking pre-roll ad thing, or whatever the fuck they're called. Alright, but yeah, so we are going to be raiding into the Inverted Shadow. He's playing some Binding of Isaac right now, which I wouldn't surprise he's doing it, not Unbreakable, but still. Okay. I was about to say, like, I saw him pause the game on his thing. I thought maybe, like, you know, he was maybe about to randomly about to end the stream. But yeah, so while I'm kind of slowly but surely setting things up, I guess I can kind of go ahead and tell you guys the upcoming plans that I have for streams for the time being. So this is the start of my active week of streaming for this week. So my next planned stream, if everything goes well, will hopefully be tomorrow, aka Tuesday. I'm gonna be playing some Dead by Daylight because Jason, aka Jason Voorhees, even though it's just using Jason, you know, whatever. But he's going to be He's going to be implemented. He's going to be coming into the fall, you know, sometime tomorrow. Um, Now I'm going to say about maybe trying to get him at most, but I'm probably going to be just playing some Survivor, just to, you know, see how it is, you know, to face him, you know, as a Survivor, because unfortunately for console people, we don't get the ability to experience PTV, so only people that are on PC can be able to do that shit. Which is pretty stupid because, you know, I think, you know, it should go out for everybody. Um, but yeah, you know, we are going to be trying to play some DBD tomorrow. Friday, hopefully if all goes well. I'd say Friday at most probably may or may not be like a double stream type of day because, um, because I'm gonna be trying to do a special little collaboration with Onyx as we try and see if we can do more Elden Ring Night Rain as the Wilder and Duchess. We are on the final boss, which is Helster or Hilster, whatever you want to call him. We're gonna be trying to see if we can beat him. We're gonna be trying to see if we can beat him and you know, make sure Onyx and see if we can get Onyx the special ending for Wilder, and everything, and then probably like after, if we get lucky to, you know, do it on the first try, then we might do like a little non-Deep of Night where we queue up against some of the, we might do a little thing of like queuing up against some of the main bosses in the game and just, you know, having you know, random ass fun there, and, you know, see see what happens. Um, but Saturday, we'll be shooting up Saturday. I might probably do some more classic Doom mods, stuff like that. I might try to either like get back into more Pirate Doom 2 or see if I can do more Free Doom 2 with the Blork Demake mod. And Sunday may or may not be either like Blood Refresh Supply doing Death Wish, or I might try to think about doing more Outlaws Remastered. But until then, though, as always, if you enjoyed what you saw today, And you're watching us on Twitch, feel free to get a channel to follow and become a Rumble Maniac today. If you want to follow me anywhere else online, you can check out my YouTube channel, give it a sub, and all the usual good stuff. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, maybe in Blue Sky as well. And until I see y'all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.